Guys, good morning in Europe, good evening in the State. This is Ahura with another daily outlook videos. Today also we are going to see what happened yesterday, what is going on, why stock markets they eased even after such a great earning reports, and what we have to wait for. Today, Bank of Canada will have a policy, monetary policy meeting and interest rate decision. We are waiting to see no change in the interest rates levels for now, but asset purchasing amount probably will decrease, will ease another $1 trillion to be $1 Canadian trillion per week. This is what we are waiting for Canadian Bank, but the Bank of Canada for today. However, let's see what happened in the stock market. Let me open the chart in the S&P 500. Here it is S&P 500 chart. You can see the ease. You can see the decrease after touching new records again. But the thing is that what happened? At the same time with these problems, we can see that probably you ever about the inflation. Inflation is increasing in the numbers that we saw in yesterday. Inflation is increasing. House prices increased. Number of the prices that sold also increased. So it means that that stagflation that we were talking about the last days. It seems that it's going to be more serious. Last days data showed a good recovery. The economy is in a good recovery, good shape totally, because even if the prices is increasing, at the same time, home sale also increased. We saw the pending home sale at let me see the exact number. Tell you the exact number. However, the home sale increased, and this increase in the home sale with the other economic data that we had in the past days shows that the 800k, right? Yeah. 800k while 760k was the expectations. At the same time, we had another very important data that yesterday I talked about, that it is CB consumer confidence. The consumer confidence again increased back to about 113, and it seems that the consumers generally they have a good feeling about the market. They don't even if the prices increase, they don't feel negative, but they don't feel to do not buy something. So the sales and the recoveries, as I told, the recoveries and the numbers are fine. At the same time, inflation, as I told, while even if the consumers they don't feel like something special for still they didn't stop their buying, and even the prices, even if the prices are increasing, they are still buying. But still, we have the very big concerns about the inflation and disinflation, and this increasing in higher bond yields caused the tech stocks to ignore the yesterday's earning reports. As you know, yesterday we had, after the market closed especially, we had Microsoft, Google, AMD, not 3M, AMD is going to be today, 3M, Microsoft, Apple or Google, Visa, Eli Lilly, and all of them, they speak the Eli Lilly, which missed just the EPS expectation, even if it had a surprise in the revenue expectations. All of mentioned companies, they had a positive surprise in both EPS and earnings. Microsoft even beat it more than 20 cents, so just like expectation was for $2.07 for EPS, but it was $2.27, which was amazing. For Google as well, that's like $23.84 was the expectation, while we had almost $28, $27.99. So this shows that with these records, with these numbers, we could see probably, if we didn't have the inflation worries, we could see the SP 500 even these levels even higher to see above these levels, like more than whatever we had, just like in new record highs. But still, it's decreased, as you see that especially after the cash markets closed. This the future markets. The future is all they were decreasing. Same reaction we had in Asian markets as well. As you know, just to mention Australian today early morning we had in economic calendar we had Australian inflation. The inflation numbers in Australia also inflation increased about 4%, which is like the same as the Canada, which we have more than 4%. Inflation in Australia also increased, and it shows that the concerns that just like before the central bank of the Australia, they for their outlook they had the outlook that it was not including such a high inflation numbers. CPI in a quarter 3 was 3%. Sorry, I said 4%. In Canada it's 4%. In Australia more than 3%. Just like these numbers totally shows that the Australian inflation also same in US. It is in a high level and it's increased by 0.4%. It caused an increase of 0.4% in the Australian bonds yields. And these increase in the bonds yields again, they put the stock market under pressure again last night in Australia. Generally in Asia, the stock markets in Asia, they are not doing well as the economic outlook for the next year is getting a little bit weaker. As I told, the tech stocks and banking sector was under pressure last night, but for the next days it's expected to be the same, even with the better than expected earning reports. And other places, what we can, as I told today, we have the Canadian Central Bank earning reports, Canadian Central Bank monetary policy meeting. And again, more what we have to take care about. Today, I forgot to say about the durable goods order. Durable goods order today will be in the spotlight. As you know, totally we are expecting to see a little bit weakness in the durable goods order. The Boeing orders. We probably have to see the 27 orders for the Boeing, and it will be a little bit decreased from the previous month, which was more than 30 orders. And then this weakness is not just about the Boeing. We can see this weakness in other sectors as well, because of so many other problems that we had. The energy, especially energy shortage that we had, and labor shortage, energy and labor shortage. Probably they will cause a little bit weakness in our durable goods order. This durable goods order, if decrease, then we have to see that what going to happen, or probably we will see some decrease in durable goods order. But while it is very important still, since that we are just getting closer to the weekend, and next week we have the Federal Reserve meeting, it wouldn't affect the market that much, because we already know the detailed numbers in a separate. Like we know that Boeing had 27 orders and so many others, just like detailed orders, not all together. Another information, another thing that we have to take care about is today's what we're gonna have in today's earning reports. Today's earning reports is like a Coca-Cola. This they are important, but not the market cap. The market cap is not that much to say that it's like they're gonna make a change in the market. We will have the Coca-Cola. We will have McDonald's, Sony. And Boeing. Yeah, that's just the Boeing is very important today. While they have the earning report at the same time, we have its orders as well. In oil, let me bring the chart of the oil. Last night we had API reports, American Petroleum Institute reports. While we were waiting for just like the number. Let me see the numbers. Tell you the exact numbers. What happened in the numbers? Totally, the American Petroleum Institute increased. They showed that the market increased more than 2 million barrels. Let me so exact to tell you, 2.31 million dollars, 2 million barrels, 2,318,000,000 barrels increased the American private sector American U.S. crude oil in the private sector, while the market was waiting for 1.65 million barrels increase for the week ended 22nd October. This increasing in the U.S. crude oil inventory levels in the U.S. In the United States caused this ease after the increasing again caused this ease in the market, and we saw this weakness in the oil prices. For today, we are waiting for EIA reports, American Institute Energy Institute reports. Probably, if the EIA also confirmed this increase in the stock levels, then probably we can see some weakness in the bulls way, not the weakness as a weakness in a chart, but probably the bulls will be a little bit weaker to move forward. But generally, what in general we can see that the crude oil is still in a very clear uptrend. But on the other hand, if the EIA reports just miss the expectation, when I'm talking about the expectation for today's expectation is, let me see what's the expectations, what we are expecting. There is no number for the expectations. Crude oil inventories. Yeah, we are waiting for 1.9 million. For the market is expecting 1.9 million increasing, but probably it will be a little bit more than that. How it was in API, probably it will be a little bit more than that, and we will see the weakness in a bull's way. But it doesn't mean that the market weakness, and it doesn't mean that the lower prices from these levels. Just like bulls will be a little bit. Will move a little bit slower. On the other hand, in the as yesterday I talked about the market about the Fed and about the if I don't remember, I don't remember if I yesterday told you or not. SEC is looking forward to have more control on the cryptocurrencies market, especially on the stable coins. And these expectations for controlling the stable coins is putting the generally and overall putting the cryptocurrencies market under pressure. And this pressure probably will keep, and will hold this, will hold it, and will be still in the market, and we will have this negative balance, a negative effect in the market. So probably the weakness in the cryptocurrencies market will be continued, and we'll see the more weakness in the next days, because SEC is looking forward to control the stable coins. Yesterday I talked that the stable coins, they were making so much problems in the market. What else I can tell you about the yesterday's data? I talked about the yesterday's data. I talked about the American petroleums. I talked about the stock markets and earnings. Generally, the inflation, what I can say, that's generally the inflation is the main concern at the moment, and this main concern at the moment is putting the markets under pressure, as we're expecting a more hawkish policies from the Federal Reserve, or we can say that less dovish policies from the Federal Reserve in the next week. So the market is slowly getting closer to go enter to the caution mood, and to continue their weakness, to continue the correction. This is what we have to take care about that. So today, the Canadian bank, the Canadian bank monetary policy meeting, American durable goods order are important. We have to take care about them. The Canadian, while the Canadian bank is trying to have the more hawkish policies, what we are waiting for is, as I told, just the tapering in asset purchasing amount of 1.3 billion Canadian dollars per week. It will put the US Canadian dollar a little bit in a stronger position, but that doesn't mean that too much. But the earnings, as I told, just the Boeing we have very important, others the Coca-Cola, they are important, but the market capitalization is not that much to move that much the markets that much. So probably we can see the weakness in US leading indices. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys all tomorrow. Bye.